Good morning, runners. This is Will from We Run Las Vegas. Gonna do a short walk from the Cosmopolitan down to Resorts World, and here we go. Inside of Cosmo, leaving out. We're in the Boulevard Tower. Just walking out. Make it down to Resorts World. Trying to bypass some of this crowd. Weather's a little cool. Might be a little windy out here, so if it's windy, I won't do too much talking. Just here and there. The Boulevard Tower is the side that's closest to the Las Vegas Strip, and also the Bellagio. A lot of people don't know there's a hotel in between those two. It's called the Jockey Club. Sunday morning, after a busy weekend in Vegas. There's Paris over there, Planet Hollywood. I won't turn too much back into the sun. The Bellagio. Look. Just walking. Not as busy as it was yesterday. There's the Miracle Mile shops. PF Chang. These escalators right here, right outside the Las Vegas Visiting Center. You can see Cosmo. That's the Boulevard Tower, and back in the back is the Chelsea. But these escalators, as I was saying, leads you right into the Bellagio, right on the bridge that takes you around to the Bellagio. Nice flowers. Funny thing, artificial grass, but real flowers. Try to make it cross here. Up there's the Bellagio. I'll walk across. Chris Angel is at Paris. Oh, Planet Hollywood, I'm sorry. Fake grass, real flowers, real bushes, real tree. As we walk in a little. A lot of people early in the morning would normally be gathered right around here where the fountain is. Trying to get away from the music. But this is the great Bellagio fountains, if you can see them. If you ever get a chance to come to Vegas and you get a chance to see them, stop. It's free. I wanted to do this live this morning. Didn't have a chance to. I was going to live stream. Things you'll notice in Vegas, there's a lot of homelessness here. When you see someone homeless, Normally what I do on my last day, if I buy like water or certain foods or whatever, and I have it left over, I just find a homeless person and just give it to them. So it's better than just leaving it in the room and hoping that they do something good with it. I tell you they don't. They actually throw it away. So take 5 minutes out of your time or plan for it to give it to someone that can use it. But let's stop right here. This is almost the center of the Bellagio fountains. Normally around this time they're out doing, I want to call it maintenance. I'm not going to call it repairs. They're doing maintenance on the fountains. They have a little canoe or a little boat. Little boat, it's not a canoe, it's a boat. A small boat that they ride around. I guess they do the maintenance on the lights and the cannons themselves. The hydraulic pumps. Then they get debris and stuff out of the water. I guess that's done a few times a day. You have people that will litter or trash overflowing, and I guess the wind will pick up some of the debris sometimes and push it in the direction of the fountains. This is what a Sunday morning in Vegas after a big event looks like. I can imagine the airport right now. People are getting up, trying to head out. I've been fortunate enough, been dealing with the Cosmos so long, they'll give me a late checkout, maybe up to 5 o'clock, which I don't need that today because I'll be at the airport by then. 5, 6 o'clock, they don't really start calling the room for me until about 6, but I always try to leave before the time, even if it's just riding around Vegas, killing time. I don't push the envelope with them, but I've been dealing with the Cosmos since 2010, and they've always been nice to me. Never asked for a discount, anything, and they just been nice. They just got me where I'm doing the rewards, so they've been asking me to use my rewards points. I won't. I'm gonna save them forever. Now, when they build up to maybe a month worth of free stays, I'll probably come out here for a month. But let's get a last look at the Bellagio real quick and the Cosmo. Caesar's Palace. We're gonna go up inside the Bellagio to cross the bridge. Cromwell. A lot of people that's into hip-hop music, rap music, whatever you want to say, always ask me, Will, where's a great place for hip-hop music? Right there, it's called Dreas in Vegas. I want to say it's almost exclusively hip-hop and R&B at Dreas. Unlike a lot of other clubs, it's a mixture. I want to say Dreas is almost exclusive. I may be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't mind being corrected, but now we're walking into Bellagio Starbucks. Woo. Just squeeze through somebody. And then I think I need to call Matthew. I'm having a problem with my live stream, so I didn't do the live stream today. But I'm gonna make it over to Donut Bar today. Again, I was there yesterday. I'm gonna make it over there today. Have a little short meeting with Jeff. Talk about some things before I head back out. I wanted to surprise Matthew and come back next week, but that's not gonna happen. Well, never say never, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Trying to think, they done changed this door. It used to be one of the revolving doors. They changed it. Oh, the smell. Sewage. I say, as you can see, there's a lot of homelessness here. A lot. So always be mindful that there's homelessness here. I'm gonna might be a little shaky me going down these steps. I need to take the escalator. Caesar's Palace. Now you can get a better view of the two towers of the Cosmo. The one to your left is the Boulevard, the one to your right is the Chelsea Tower. I try to stay out of everyone's way and let them respect their right to somewhat privacy. When you're in public, you don't have a right to
slow or whatever. That's when we get into it, all right? Yes. Usually is, Jason.
I normally turn away from people so they know that I'm not interested in their comments, because sometimes people can be really rude and say some obscene things while you're recording. I'm not a guy to go back and edit videos, so I try to be respectful of my runners. Southwest Airlines is leaving. I don't know if you can see it up there. Let's see. Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay spot. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not gonna go through the hotel. I'm gonna stay outside today. Maybe on my way back I'll do the reverse and go through the hotel. There's one of the entrances to Caesars. Everybody remember this from the Hangover movies. Everybody name this. I don't know the official name of this. Some people say it's a Buddhist prayer temple. I would see the stand right here where you can pray. Something different. You know the exact name of what it's called. Oh, not even the name, what it is. Let me know. It's a little cool out, so all the water out of this fountain is gone. But give it a couple more weeks. All the fountains should be back up and running. And I'm filming this from my phone so I can put it up immediately. Like I say, I'm not a Matthew or a Kid. Check their channels out. Say hi to Matthew. I think Kid is Kid 74. I think. Real Brian, Steve D, all those guys from the Matt Pack, Nancy Q, Lucky Beach. Check all their channels out. These guys work hard. They edit their videos and do all of that for their, not to say I don't care about my runners, but I'm not to that point yet. I'm not to that point. But they go, oh, Will, you're out of Vegas all the time. You never really post. Because I'm going to give you the same thing right now. Because even like this morning, it's kind of cool. And I had to fight myself to get out of bed to do this. But for my runners, I did it today. I was just out here. And not one day did I film or take a picture. Sometimes people see me and I'm out here like in 1 month. I might be out here twice, 2 or 3 times. Like, man, maybe he wasn't out there. He didn't take any pictures or post anything. Yeah, because I'm going to probably give you the same content because I am so lazy with this. But today I put in the effort. I got up. I said, let me film for my runners. And it is kind of breezy and cool. And anyone that knows me, I'm the one that I don't physically do the work, but I get it done. If that makes sense. I'm not one of those guys, too much get out there and do too much heavy lifting no more. Getting a little old in my old age and learning to work smarter, not harder. Caesar sign. I don't know, they probably had an event here last night. I definitely don't know what it was, but here's the link. Margaritaville. There's Caesar. See if we can get a better picture of Caesar. Excuse me, sir. Which way to the Cosmo? Okay, thank you. That's my attempt at humor. I don't know if you guys remember on Matthew's video, it was, who was all on the video? It was Steve D, Kid, and Matthew and myself. We did, I did a video where I ran up to those guys. I said, hey, you YouTube guys. I think that was Matthew's Welcome Back to Vegas after COVID, or during COVID or whatever. But this is the walk that Matthew took. He gave you a lot more content, him and Kid, than I would. And we walked this thing. Well, I kind of jogged because I was trying to catch up to them. And it was like 100 and something degrees outside, if I can remember. Now it's just the opposite. It's, I think, the temperature today, or at least right now, is like in the 40s. Maybe low 50s right now. You hear me talking a little funny or breathing a little heavy because my sinuses are giving me problems right now. And I need a tissue, but I'm going to keep this going. I'm not going to pause it. This is the Forum Shops. I'm not going to pause it. I'm not going to go somewhere and get a tissue. I'm going to make it all the way to Resorts World, and maybe I'll stop it then. And I'll go and do the whole getting of tissue then.
Then we got here, then all of a sudden we're taking a video. She's like, oh, it was just like, oh, okay.
Trying to let people walk by me. Harris. The link. I always try to let people get in front of me. This is the Forum Shops, the entrance from the outside of the Forum Shops, one of the entrances. Jet leaving out. Now we're coming to the Mirage. One of the hotels that I think that's a little underrated. A lot of people don't. I don't know if it's because of positioning where it's at, but for a price bang for your buck, I think the Mirage is a nice spot. I haven't officially stayed in it in probably maybe 15 years or so, but the Mirage is definitely a nice spot, at least from what I can remember. You know what? I lied to you guys. I'm gonna pause this because right now my sinuses are killing me. And I'm gonna restart it. I'm gonna go see if these guys got tissue. Yeah, I went and got a nap there. This is the little walkway to the Mirage. I'm gonna sit right here for a second, pause this. See if we can get some of the Mirage for you. The Mirage is actually a nice venue, I think. As far as the bang for your buck, but I heard they've been brought out by one of the groups down in South Florida, the Hard Rock Guitar, the Seminole Tribe. And right across from the Mirage, have a lot of budget-friendly restaurants and places to eat. So, like I said, for the price, the bang for your buck, good location. You don't have to walk that far. You have a Walgreens right there. Got the volcanoes. Gonna miss that. Probably come out here before. Got to find out when the last time they're gonna do the volcanoes and come out here and see the volcano show one last time. Like I said, you have a lot of budget-friendly things right here in front of Mirage. White Castle. Not a bad location, not at all. Another YouTuber getting some film in there. Hispanic YouTuber. But here's the main volcano that they're gonna have the guitar. It's gonna be replaced by a guitar. At least that's what everybody is assuming. So I had never seen any plans for it, so I just heard about it. And another place that budget friendly right next door is T.I. Treasure Island. Real nice for the price, I should say. But like, oh, y'all say that's real nice. I'm taking your word. It's nice for the price. But the Mirage, I think, is one of the most underrated places in Vegas, if I have to say so. Because it gets lost when you start talking about The Venetian, the Palazzo, the Wynn, the Cosmo, Bellagio, Aria. You kind of lose the Mirage in that, but if I had to put it on a scale, give it a star rating, I'm not gonna say, maybe 3 3/4 star spot. Yeah. Family friendly. Like I'm doing a commercial for the Mirage. I need to show them this. No, they're family friendly. Like I said, budget friendly. Nice location if you're with a family or you're on a budget. You come out. You eat decent around the Cosmo. Around the Mirage. Been a nice little walk, huh? Just getting from the Mirage, but now we're coming close to TI. TI is a nice hotel if you're guys trip and you want to be on a budget. I think TI is a good spot. Maybe 3 star, 3 1/4 star to TI. The Cosmo and the Bellagio, well, the Bellagio is considered the apex or the center of the strip. And the Cosmo is right there. So if I had to pick, because my favorite hotel, believe it or not, is the Wynn in Encore. But because of location and some of the amenities, the Cosmo trumped them all. And it's not because the Cosmo's rooms are more luxurious than there. Let me stop in that conversation for a second and show you the whole area dedicated to Siegfried and Roy. But yeah, like I was saying, the Cosmo, because of the balcony, because of the location, and the youngness of the hotel, the Wynn is considered a 5-star. The Palazzo, the Venetian, all these hotels are 5 stars. The Cosmo is considered a 5-star. If I had to rate the Cosmo and the Wynn, I would say the Cosmo is a 4 3/4 stars. If I had to rate them two against the Wynn. The Wynn is a true 5-star hotel, but because of location, because mere location and no balconies, the Cosmo Wynn for me. I know some people go, oh, no, I love the Wynn. I love it too. There's Treasure Island. It's a nice, friendly hotel. I call it the man's hotel. Why? Don't ask me. But if you're doing a guy's trip and you want to do a guy's trip on a budget, Treasure Island is nice. It's a nice bet, I should say, as far as you're on a budget. No budget, Cosmo is where you want to be at. But as you can see, oh no, they had an event. I don't know what the event was, because last night I didn't see anything. But it is what it is. If the sun wasn't so bad, I'll show y'all something that a lot of people don't really know. Let me see if I can see it. I'm gonna turn this way. At the top of the Palazzo, or the building that will be, that's the Venetian, that top level there, that's not really a floor. That's a curtain per se around the top of the building. When they were building that, they were building it during the great economic boom, like 2008. Well, they were building it before then, and they never finished it because money ran out and what have you. So they just put a big giant curtain, a facade around it to make it look like it was a real building, but the top of it is not. I'm trying to get where I can show you without the sun blasting in my face. But here's the Treasure Island. Let's see, can I do it now? So now you can see the top of that is all one giant curtain. I call it a curtain. So you go fraud. She go fraud. And I've been here a couple of times since Resorts World was open, and I've never been inside. It just doesn't do it for me. I mean, when they were building it, all the hype and everything, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be one of the first people to, and in that same video that I was talking about earlier when Matthew was filming his Welcome Back, they went and toured it, but I don't know, it was hot that day or hot that week, and I never went and seen it, but I'm gonna walk down there today. It is the Wynn and the Encore. My hands on, well, there's another hotel. Let me clarify. The Wynn is one of my favorites, and there's another hotel that's somewhat of a secret as well. And right now, the name of it is it used to be called Mandalay Oriental, but now it's a Waldorf Astoria. I'm talking about the rooms are excellent. You can't lose. But there's nothing really there. You're there for the hotel and the hotel only. I'm gonna try to go up this elevator if I can. I'm gonna pause this. Escalator is taking too long on the elevator. Now I just heard it beep, but I'm already here. I'm gonna walk up. Much as I don't want to do this. In my younger days, let me show you something. In my younger days, I'm a big Jay-Z fan, even to this day. But in my younger days, when Jay-Z would say he's staying at the Trump International, even though that's not a Trump International, when I come to Vegas, I used to always stay at the Trump. And I got tired of walking up and down the hill to get to it, and there's nothing there. There's no casino, there's no mall, and it sits off the strip. So let me show you. This is Las Vegas Boulevard, and this is the Trump. So it sits some ways off the strip. There's Palazzo. It's considered another 5-star. Beautiful hotel. This is, like I said, from the Venetian, that's right there. Palazzo, the Wynn and Encore, definitely 5-star hotels. I've stayed in each one of those. And just location kills it for me. And then depends on your age also why you would like the Cosmo. The Cosmo is a younger hip hotel where a lot of the younger kids, or younger adults I should say, I shouldn't say kids, younger adults love to stay in. The people that's my age, that's a little energetic, that don't want to feel old, we would stay. And remember, I'm putting this video up, no editing, none whatsoever. Just me going on for maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes, giving you a good tour of Las Vegas from the Cosmo to Resorts World. And here's the steps that you always hear people talk about, a color, and there's some on the other side. They always have this art on these steps, which I think is cool. And keep walking. Y'all enjoy some of the sights. And another thing about location in Vegas, I think once you start to pass the Wynn, the homeless people, and there's a lot of drug addiction. I mean, let's be serious. There's a lot of drug addiction and mental illness with a lot of the people that's homeless, not to beat up on them, but they get a little aggressive, a little more aggressive than I think down towards the Cosmo area, the Center Strip. But you have a lot of homeless people here that can get very aggressive. That means, not to say that we don't love them the same, but being real, I know me, sometimes I say exactly how I feel. I don't sugarcoat it. And me, I can, if you give me that aggressive energy, I can give it back to you. So to keep myself in a good space, that's another reason why I stay closer to Center Strip. Like I said, with more of the mental illness and the aggressiveness with a lot of the homeless people that you get, and just have to be real careful with that. I think this is the spot where I met up with Matthew, and I was here and I ran across the street. And this is the closest that I made it to Resorts World. Good morning, good morning.
Wait.
So this is Fashion Show, Capitol Grill. And this is the Wynn Encore. Like I said, this is that hill or that little walk that I tell you have to get back to the Trump. And it looks close, meaning there's a walk. It's definitely a walk. This thing with the fence around it, I think that's going to be part of Resorts World. I know it's going to be part of Resorts World. Let me stop this for a second. Yeah, like I said, when it gets down to this part of the Strip, you get a lot of mental illness, you get a lot of drug addiction, and the further in this direction towards Fremont Street you go, you get a lot more of that. And like I said, it's unfortunate that we have that in this country that we call America, one of the greatest countries on the earth. It's sad, but that's the reality of what's going on. I don't know how we solve it, how we get over that hump, but we're gonna make it down to Resorts World. I'm almost there. We've been 41 minutes into filming. This is probably the longest video that I think I posted since I've been doing YouTube. I don't know who does this artwork, or where it's from, but I'll give y'all a glance of some of it. I know a lot of you, when you go online, you look at the Strat always had these deals on rooms real low. Circus. I'm trying to think with my oldest son. Even before my oldest son was born, I think he's 25 now. I'm trying to think. Yeah, about 25 years now. I would come and do circus, because back then it was a little different than it is now, but that area is kind of, to me, lost its luster. Out here at the Strat, circus has lost it a little for me. Well, not even a little, a lot. Like I said, once you get past this area here, this light up here, I don't venture as far as staying. Now, as far as being a human being and going around, I come up and down here. The world's largest souvenir shop is down that way, Pawn Stars. But I'm not a fan of being or staying any further than this. I say the tone, the aggressiveness gets a little more aggressive down here with some people. And sometimes people put out that energy and they're not looking for you to give it back. And I definitely give it back to people if you give it to me. And it may lead to me being in a physical situation that I try to avoid. I don't run for it, I don't look for it. I should say I don't run from it, and I don't look for it, but if it comes, I deal with it. So, I guess that's the male testosterone in me, that I give it back to you. Try to be one of the humblest people that you ever meet. So let me see this. You can't even see, well I can, but you won't be able to see the Cosmo, how far I walked. I remember one time I was staying down here at the Wynn, and there's a McDonald's down there. and there was a whole family. They were having their wedding reception in the McDonald's, and I had never seen something like that before. And I was like, hey, I got to take care of y'all whole wedding reception. And I can't remember the number, but it was maybe 20 or so people. And I think I might have spun, it was under $100 that I spun for all of them to eat at McDonald's for their wedding reception. They were so thankful, it was so funny. So somewhere in the world, there's a family that has me in their reception photos from that McDonald's, because I paid for their whole family to eat in the McDonald's. And that is, it's funny, but it's not funny. But it was funny in the sense that that's where they had their wedding reception. But it was me just being me as far as paying for it. Like I said, I can't even remember the number, but I can guarantee you it was nowhere near $100. It wasn't north of $100, I know that. To feed the whole family, even to put my food included that I went to the McDonald's for in there. And that family was so happy that happened. And I was happy to do it for them. This is crossing at Resorts World. All of this stuff here is by Hilton, which is, I'm not the biggest fan of a Hilton property, but I mean, they'll do. I'm more of a Marriott type guy. JW, Ritz-Carlton is under Marriott brand. There's a bunch of things that, yeah. So you have to be real careful about all these different brands. You think you're getting one thing, and you end up getting totally a different thing than what you're looking for. But we made it to the, I guess this is the front entrance of Resorts World. And I'm gonna stop this video here. And maybe once they finish with it, I'll stay a night or two. But like I said, it doesn't excite me. I mean, for all that they've done, I know what it's supposed to look like once it's finished, so maybe I'll try it there. Runners, this is me, Will. Y'all have a good day, and I'm definitely gonna give y'all more content. I'm gonna do some filming today before I leave out. But this is Vegas for you guys, Sunday morning.